Good morning, everyone. It is shoot day. I've got about an hour until my makeup lady, until Alex arrives. I need to get on with my sourdough. Look at this dough. Oh my goodness, it looks incredible. And I need to ice the living life out of my face. So I'm going to wash my hands, which is honestly like my entire personality now, washing my hands. I literally wash my hands 100 times a day. Not because of any other reason other than I do a lot of filthy things, like horses, gardening, that kind of thing. Right, rice flour into the bowl to make sure it doesn't stick. Shooby-doo. And then wet my hands, ready for the final stretch and fold, because I missed this out last time. Final stretch and fold, and then into the basket, into proving. So, sleeves up. Can you believe? My goodness me, I am such a different person nowadays. To think that I am doing sourdough before I head to a fashion shoot. The old Lydia would have probably been up all night worrying about it, had worked out within an inch of her life all week. I literally haven't even thought about what I've been eating. And wow, this is a lot of proving has gone on here. Wow, this dough feels amazing. Okay, and then we are just going to plop it in. Like so. Then covermate on, put it in the fridge for its final proving for a minimum of 3 to 4 hours, a maximum of 24 hours. So into the next. I can't wait for my covermates to arrive. This is a shower cap and it's very hard to use, but my covermates, okay, we're cooking with gas, into the fridge it goes. So I can bake it tomorrow morning. Right, now I need to make 2 of my 1 million morning drinks. First things first, fresh water and ice. 1 scoop of L-glutamine. And 1 scoop of electrolytes. Morning, puppies. Morning. You out of bed? Need to go outside. Come on then. Out you go. Good boy. Now it's time for my colostrum. Ooh, that was quick. It's not breakfast time yet, my love. Sorry. And then I whiz this. I whiz it up like a bit of a milkshake, to be honest. And I really like it. Bizarrely. It just needs to be cold with ice. And that is 2 of my morning supplements. I will also take, oh, we're out of focus. Oh, gosh, Lydia, you need to ice your face. These 2. I'm not going to film that because it's a bit messy. You're a bit sort of like... I was actually telling you, as Alex arrived, that today is a good day because the sun is shining. And if you didn't know, was it last week, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, I had laser on my face. You'll know laser has been a very long and arduous journey for me, and sometimes because my hair is so dark, I get little dark hairs that die in the skin after my laser treatment. I can't believe I'm telling you this stuff, but never mind. And they go like black, but it looks like a hair that's like under the surface, and it takes ages to come out. This morning, just in time for my shoot, it came out. Sunshine and not a beard in sight. Alex is here, by the way. She's done her makeup, so she doesn't mind me filming her. So we're gonna get myself ready now for the shoot.
You look really natural.
You look gorgeous. Yeah. Fresh. So yes, we're gonna get ready for the shoot.
Yeah.
And then we're all driving over there separately, aren't we?
Yeah. Okay, so have you seen the brief?
No. Yes, I saw it. Really nice.
Really nothing.
Yeah. But you can kind of like make my eyes a little bit
Yeah.
like...
So I was just thinking we could just put a really neutral kind of base on the eyes and then just focus on the skin and the cheeks and the lips and make it very springy and
yes. Lovely. Lovely. What's that you're using?
Just Studio Fix concealer.
Wonderful. I'm just asking. you like panic every time I ask you something.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Do you want me to face the light?
Yes. I've got my little light with me, but I know you don't like that big one.
Well, I can't see anything, but I think you've got good light here. I mean, that looks terrible light, but it's much easier. Remind me before we leave that to put on a teeth whitening strip.
Okay. Do you remember I drove half an hour to go get you a teeth whitening strip?
Did you?
Yeah.
When was that?
I was doing your makeup for something.
Oh yes, you stopped off at Carrie. You didn't drive half an hour. You literally just stopped off en route.
Felt like it.
Just because it wasn't a big thing being given to you.
I opened the door. I said, "What is it?" She handed me this tiny little strip. I went,
I'd run out.
Right. Okay. Let's try. I'm scared. Because you have a way of doing things.
No, it's just like a little flick, but lifting the lash line a little bit. You're good at this.
I know, but you...
I do it to try and replicate what you do to my eyes. So yeah, you're already doing it, I can see.
Are we going deeper than that, darker than that?
I don't think so. If they want barely their eyes, I think if you're happy with that, I'm happy. What I would say is probably...
You want to flick it?
No, just fill it in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise it looks almost detached.
I don't think we should add any more.
No, I agree.
Really don't, because I think...
I agree.
It's not that kind of shoot.
Yeah, I agree. It's just to literally almost make it look like my lash line is just a bit darker naturally. I like the this colour here. It's very nice. What's it called?
That one is nude.
Lovely.
Hello.
Happy birthday, Eve!
Thank you. Oh, I like your jacket.
Oh, I'm just keeping warm. I've got to walk next to you later, so I'm keeping it padded up.
Okay, let's do underneath your eyes.
Yes.
Get sorted, and then we'll come back to you.
I thought I'd drive the Defender there, just in case they wanted to do anything with the Defender as well, just in case.
Yeah, fair enough.
That smells very nice, that sponge.
Yeah, I put them in,
Just like oranges.
Sephora.
You put them in Sephora?
Yeah.
You absolute sadist.
Boil them.
Oh yeah, you have to, don't you, to get all of them?
Yeah. I left them in there, boiled them, washed them out a million times, and then...
You do under eyes so well. I wish I could do my under eyes.
What do you use?
I'm using Hourglass. It's really good. Really, really good.
I'll have to get that colour. What colour is it?
This one's oat.
Oat.
Okay.
You can have it if you want.
Can I?
As long as you
Howard,
say.
like, don't do this.
Okay, no you can't.
Why can't I have it?
No.
Because
sorry.
you're the one that you then Alex moans with every time she does your makeup that you steal her makeup.
But she's not stealing it, she's giving it to me.
Fine, go ahead.
Yeah. I give everyone makeup.
You
and
do,
when
in
someone
fairness.
wants to give me makeup...
Right, spare batteries. Are these charged, Millen?
I don't know, that's a question for Saturn.
Oh, lordy. Where are these from?
Amazon for wine walks.
Amazing.
I've been stocking up on my wine walk dresses.
Right, none of your batteries are charged.
I feel like that's the thing in this house. None of your batteries are ever charged. Every shoot that's like, is the battery been charged? No.
Right. I've got one spare one. I'm going to take a spare memory card.
I like that hat, Grayson.
Yeah, me too.
You look like a Smurf.
Yeah. What I'm going for. The thing is, I know you're actually thinking, I hate that hat. Do you know what makes me happy? Very excited to meet Alex.
It's a big week for him. He's meeting lots of people. My dad, I've told you my dad might come down, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally everyone just messages me, is it okay if we come and meet Atlas?
Aww.
No one cares about me anymore. It's the Atlas show. Boobage.
Yeah, curl your lashes. Which ones do you want?
Oh no, I don't curl my lashes anymore.
Oh. She likes to stab people with them as she walks towards.
Yes, that's exactly why I don't curl them anymore.
This case, do you want a dressing gown in there?
Yes, but I don't, and Satin is the only person who knows where my clean dressing gowns are kept, because I have my 600 dressing gowns confiscated because everyone says I have too many dressing gowns. We've just arrived and Alex is already knee deep in baby goats. I can't believe you're holding Patrick. You are literally, I've never held Patrick and he's legendary. He's so floppy, I'm gonna die. We always say that Patrick's hips don't lie.
Oh no, they don't.
If Patrick goes missing, we know where.
Another one. Let him go. They're enjoying on the scratch. They're not for you, isn't it? Beautiful tail kind of old age. Atlas, come on, come and bring. Looks nice, auntie. This looks nice. You look like a My Little Pony today. You look like a My Little Pony, so clean.
It's true, isn't it? I've never seen you on a, like, bad day, ever.
Actually, even growing up, you weren't bad.
So you've seen some of my worst fashion mistakes as well.
Yeah, Liz has had some questionable fashion over the years.
I have. Do you know what my favourite one is? And I was going to use it in one of the podcasts that we did recently, but I think you would have had a go at me. But I once wore a pair. Do you remember when wet look leggings were in...
From American Apparel.
Yeah. When they were, I got like cheap ones.
Yeah.
Because I was a student at the time. But these were like suspender wet look leggings.
No.
Right? So they're already terrible. terrible. But in one of the pictures, I'd not noticed, and I only noticed because at the time I was reading like gossip forums about myself, as you do, and someone pointed out that it looked like I had a penis down the leg of one of the leggings. And honestly, it was so accurate. Like, it actually did look like I had a penis down the side of my leg. And I put these pictures out on the internet for everyone to see, and they're still there. I was like, oh God, I smite you.
But next time someone says to me, has Olivia ever looked bad? I'll say, not in front of me. However,
There was this one time.
oh dear.
Show you a few variations to find out to see what you want, because we can either do high fashion, we can either do like soft, beautiful.
Don't let me choose.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's actually not that cold.
I've also got, I mean, I can bring up here and put the saddle.
Oh wow.
So I thought maybe we could try a fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've not opened the bag, but I heard it's a stunning stuff.
Yeah, it's really new as well.
So we'll probably decide which outfit, and then we'll just get a shot of you just in case you do. Yeah. So she does. She's lovely as well.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's not too heavy. It's going to make my arms look really toned. Honestly, that's the kind of welcome I always want.
I've now got my boyfriend. We're going to go and test them out in the field and give them a little hand break.
Okay.
Smashed it.
God, that's so hard.
It doesn't feel like your arms are raising constantly.
No, he just kind of moves as he wants, but it's more that I know that I'm in the shot and then my hair's in my face, and it's like, then he moves and I move, and it's just one of those things where you like, you don't realise how much you don't even think about how you look. When
Yeah, we're done in here now.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Hi, babies.
Well, I would definitely say that doing a photo shoot like that with horses is the hardest thing to ever do. It's like concentrating on looking good, but also concentrating on the horse, because Atlas doesn't like the flash. Romeo was okay with the flash, so I was never going to put him through having to go through the flash. He was like not happy with that at all. He's a big baby and he just likes his routine and he just likes to do what he wants to do. He's an old man, he's in his prime, and he just wants to chill. What are you running out like that, Alex? As if it's like a TV production. She's like, oh, I can't come in. But we're on to the third look now. We're just waiting for the team to bring up the third outfit. And I think this one might be with Atlas in the field, so that should be really nice. This is the vibe.
It is the vibe.
Bit of mud here, everyone.
Good boy. Little happy stomp.
Yeah, good boy.
I don't want to do it again. It's on this.
You two alright?
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, I'm feeling healed.
Pet therapy,
Yeah.
lay down, nice lunch.
It was a
God,
nice
that
lunch.
flapjack did me in there. I had the whole thing.
They were big slices.
Big,
I haven't had mine yet.
big ones. But delicious. You been to the shop yet?
No, I need to.
I thought they might have some hoodies or something. It's just
Souvenir.
food. It's just food stuff.
Farm shop.
Yeah, I know, but it's just...
You're not used to country life, are you?
When it says merch, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah, come on.
It's next door, they're lying on the bed together.
Me, I apologise. I apologise from the bottom of my heart, because yesterday was a pure overwhelm. So just to give you some understanding, very, very specific time in my month right now, if that makes sense. Time in my month, yes, very, very specific. Lots of confusion, lots of forgetfulness. I literally just walked upstairs looking for my phone and my phone is there. Typical this time. I lose everything. I think I've told you this before. Carrie often can tell that I'm like where I am in my cycle, because she'll get like emails. Like last time I left my bank cards and my purse in Jo Malone, and I'll lose something or I'll leave things somewhere and I'll be like, oh my God, I've left this there. So even just the way I talk, I struggle so much. So that, I think what I've realised is my relationship with animals is quite a sacred thing for me, and because this is my biggest and most challenging and most beautiful journey that I'm on with Atlas, when it's exposed in front of people, I find that very overwhelming. Then this was my first ever photo shoot that I have done where Carrie and I are a bit of a team, and Carrie knows how, what's the word, like how she knows I think I look best, and also how she thinks I look best. And so she's very good at being like, great shot, great pose, whatever. She's like, she is literally my eyes behind the camera when I'm shooting, because I'm not a model, so it's how it's always worked super well for me. And we didn't have that opportunity on this shoot, understandably so, because it's not my shoot, it's theirs. And so I completely understand, but it was so confronting for me and definitely opened up my eyes to the fact that I need to get better at shooting without knowing what things look like on the back of the camera. So that's a challenge for me in itself. Also just felt incredibly lucky to be there. In all honesty, I felt so incredibly lucky to be there that I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want me to do. But I'll tell you more about everything when it comes out very, very soon. I was exhausted yesterday. Ali got back from a trip as well, so we just kind of like snuggled and went to bed early, and then he's just popped out. I'm gonna go and check in my greenhouse, putting on my snuggly fleece. I've done my interview this morning to sit alongside the photos that we took yesterday. I need to also run to the shops. I need to pick up bedding for Atlas, feed for Atlas and Romeo, and drop it to the stables. I need to go to Waitrose because Carrie and I are having afternoon tea at mine tomorrow. So I need to get cucumbers and things like that for cucumber sandwiches, because you can't do afternoon tea without having cucumber sandwiches. And I need to pick up salmon and cream cheese, because you can't have an afternoon tea without salmon and cream cheese either. I'm gonna make a cake, and I baked sourdough. Obviously Carrie's gluten-free, so she'll have her own bread. But I've nailed it. I didn't message Charlie once, and I literally baked the best sourdough. I've already had some. We had some last night, warm from the oven with butter. Look at that. Look at that. Now, obviously I will perfect it. I'm still getting these this rippling around here where the baking paper sort of sits up against it, but we got the slicing, we've got our lovely little hot cross bun slice on the top, great amount of browning on there as well. And it's so funny, I put this on my Instagram and everyone's saying, what's the recipe, and I'm like, it's literally just salt, starter, flour and water. That's literally it. But it's the process of sourdough that is the hard part. So I'm hoping very soon, we've been working away since the beginning of the year on hopefully bringing some new things, a little bit of freshness to the Lydia evergreen existence online. Nothing fancy, like nothing ostentatious, nothing that's gonna like change the world, but I just love these little touches that bring joy, and I like doing that online as well. So we've been working away on a few things, and one of the things is we're hoping to get back to regular posts on my blog. I really want to use my blog as almost like a place for information. So you know, when you guys are like, what's your granola recipe? I can literally just put it on my stories and link to that, and it's there and it's ready to go. So I just want it to be like your hub where you go, oh, she's got a recipe there, I can go find that, or tips, just like a really quick, easy, quick fire place for you to go to and reference. Instagram for me is like, you know, you're beautiful, it's what attracts you into my world, I hope. TikTok is like, you know, you get a bit more of my, I don't know, personality, I don't know. And then YouTube is just us. It feels like our special, safe place where we get to be, and just, I think we get to be quite vulnerable and chat and speak quite openly. And I really always encourage you guys to do so in the comments. Like, if you ever want to like ask questions or put something to my audience, I want you to know that this comment section down here, the floor is open, okay? If you want to ask about, you know, how do you do this? There is so many people that are so knowledgeable that watch my videos, and I love the way you share information with each other. So please never feel like you can't do that in my comment section, because this is a community, and that is something that I'm hoping to build on as well this year. Obviously not giving anything away, but it is something that I would like to explore a little bit more, whether that's through events or what have you. You guys make everything special. And I think over the last few years, a lot of you have bared with me whilst I kind of find myself, find my footing, find what I love. And I honestly, like, really am so grateful for that, which has probably meant that there are people that maybe don't love what I do so much anymore, which I totally understand. But this community is so special, and what we do and what you guys do and how much you are like just so loyal means a lot to me. So I don't know how we got onto that subject, but I just, you know, chat away down there. I'll join in, I'll jump in, I'll be there, but just chat. Anyway, I need to go check on the greenhouse because I actually haven't gone and checked in a day, and so I really want to go and see how things are going. I mean, there's probably nothing up yet, but you know, let's just Go have a look. Well, what do we have here? Oh my goodness me, those microgreens have exploded. Wow, oh my gosh. So we've got some radishes that are coming up. Wow, I love that I get excited about this kind of thing. A little bit of radishes coming up there. So radishes, not much is happening here at the moment. Come on, guys. But these, wowzers. Microgreens galore. And we've got these ones coming up as well, and these are about to explode. I can see the crack in the earth. These are the tomatoes. Looking good. Goodness me, exciting. Not loads, but exciting that we've got some radishes that have come up. I'll get those out soon. Still nothing from these pumpkins though. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday, and Carrie and I have had this in for a number of weeks. We are doing our first afternoon tea in the garden, and we have been gifted with the hottest day so far. I can't believe how warm it is. We've got the doors open, there's no chill in the air. There is no winter in the shade and summer in the sun. This is a fairly warm spring day, and I've already started preparing. So we've got cucumber sandwiches here. It wouldn't be afternoon tea without cucumber sandwiches. Very rustic afternoon tea, might I add. The lemon and blackberry cake is in the oven as we speak, which is a gluten-free version, obviously because I'm having afternoon tea with my celiac friend. She is in charge of making her own sandwiches, so she's currently at home making gluten-free scones, because that's next on my list of things that I want to learn how to make, is scones. The bread is my sourdough, which is what I said I would always want, which is lovely, and obviously homemade cake, the eggs in the cake from the chickens, the blackberries from the blackberry bush, the lemons from the lemon tree. It is really quite something. Once the cake is made, we'll cut some slices onto the little burley pottery cake tier that I got for Valentine's Day, and we're going to be having afternoon tea, champagne, glasses of wine in the glorious sunshine. I need to decide though, we were going to have the afternoon tea in the greenhouse because it's obviously, it was still a bit chilly. However, now I'm thinking that maybe the Diana table is about to come into its own, and I was going to move the Diana tree underneath the European plum tree and set it up with a tablecloth, 2 chairs and place settings for us both. We just have to be very, very careful because it's a bit rickety, this table, so no leaning on it, but it should be fine. So we're going to get that outside, and I'm going to start getting that set up whilst the cake is baking. It is so warm, I'm about to go and change my top because I am roasting. I've got a little sleeveless linen shirt and I'm going to put that on, but we have the first of the sandwiches. These are homemade sourdough, cucumber and cream cheese, and then we're also going to have salmon and cream cheese, and then little cakes and scones. For the champagne, I am going to chill 2 different champagnes, both Pol Roger, but we have the Pol Roger Sir Winston Churchill, which is a very special bottle. We had 2 of these for Christmas and actually only got through 1. And then we've got the Extra Brut. So I'm going to put both of these in the fridge and let my guest choose which one she wants. Although they are pre-chilled in the wine cooler, I thought best to get some extra cold in the fridge as well. So I'm going to go change my top. We have a Nancy Myers playlist on, and Mr. Millen Gordon has just come through with the goods. I'm trying to hide the sound of the sound system, but we've got the European plum tree from the garden now in the living room as well. It's my favourite. We only get this once a year and it is spectacular. So this is how the sandwich afternoon tea tower is looking. We've got gluten-free on the top, not gluten-free on the bottom. Carrie's scones. The cake is currently cooling, and I'm going to put a slice of that on there for us as well. Pot of tea is on, raspberry and clotted cream, raspberry jam, sorry, and clotted cream. Pot of tea is brewing. We're good to go. Carrie has been waiting very, very patiently for this afternoon tea. Would you like to give us a grand tour of your champagne-soaked sandwiches?
Oh, yeah, you dribbled champagne as opening it all over my sandwiches, but yeah, I've got smoked salmon and cream cheese and cucumber, and we've got scones, how do you say yours? Lids lemon drizzle cake, and then you've got your homemade sourdough on your sandwiches.
Yeah.
Got Earl Grey tea, raspberry jam, clotted cream, and champagne.
And Pol Roger, cheers.
Cheers, love.
I love that you said cheers, love, and not cheers,
You know, PG.
This is so lovely though. We're using the first of the Burley pottery, and I just can't believe it's warm enough to be sat out here like this. It's so nice. And we've got the chickens roaming around. Love it.
Good old cucumber sandwich.
Our own afternoon tea. Getting sloshed in the garden. Now we have finished afternoon tea and we've spent the evening in the greenhouse, and now we are in the living room watching a film that I've not seen before. But it's sort.
And Barclay's been licking my toes.
Oh, Barkley loves to give a pedicure. He does. Look at you, the sausage dog whisperer. We've lit the fire and we've put this film on. This is called Hampstead. And I just saw it as we were looking to watch Something's Gotta Give again. And it looks quite good. We're giving it the 5-minute rule, though, that Carrie operates in her house. If it doesn't grip you in 5 minutes, you switch it off. But I really like her outfit. I love her outfit.
You've given it the 30-second test without us hearing a word.
Yeah, sorry. I'll rewind it. Good morning. I am on my way to Mike at Back and Body. They are like a injury sports specialist physiotherapy centre right near where I live, and also conveniently right next to the local garden centre. So I'm booked in because when Atlas first arrived, this is physio for me by the way and not Atlas, when he was on high alert, he was a very, very big horse for me to keep hold of, and I had to build up my strength and that kind of thing. And I think I stood on my knee a bit funny. Remember I had that old recurring knee injury and I had it fixed? Well, I'm going to have it fixed again, basically. It's exactly the same thing. I think it's like a sort of almost like damaging of my cartilage. And then with wearing all of like layers, squashing my knee down when I'm in like breeches and things like that, it sort of aggravates it. So I'm going there now to have Mike look at my knee. So I thought I would take you along with me because I know that lots of people have lots of ailments, and Mike is absolutely amazing. When I was kicked by a horse not too long ago, Mike was the first person that I went to, and the only person I went to get his like opinion, to get him to look over it, and I trusted him so much. So if you're looking for anyone in the area, definitely Back and Body, because Mike is so good, he's so knowledgeable, and I'm looking forward to having him help me on my way to recovery, because at the moment I'm just a bit uncomfortable when I'm doing things. I have a very intriguing and unexpected video ahead of you today, I think. It has been a midwinter of transformation, and one of the things I would say to you is that I changed my thought processes on New Year's this year, and I didn't make huge grandiose plans or anything like that at the beginning of the new year like I did the year before, because I realised that the beginning of spring for me feels like the start of the year. And so we've been working away in the background for a few little bits and pieces to start spring afresh and with a little bit of newness and that kind of thing. But I've also been doing a lot of soul searching and self-discovery behind the scenes about myself, and it's been an interesting experience. And I'm about to make what for me probably feels like quite a big change, and some people I think will find it jarring to hear me talk about these things in this way. So I'll give you a little bit more context later on in the video and just explain things, and hopefully it'll be something that maybe you understand a little bit more. But yes, I'm making some changes and it feels exciting and it feels strange, but in a good way. But as I said, I'll tell you all about it when we get home. For now, I need to get my blooming knee fixed. I am an idiot. Do you know the whole debacle of my horse riding lesson? Well, today I turned up to my physio appointment at 11, but my physio appointment was at 1 o'clock on the 11th. So all is not lost. I can't beat myself up this time because I'll just go to the garden centre before and then go to my physio appointment. I'm not going to get annoyed at my brain, but we're just going to go and look and see what we can buy in the garden centre. Any excuse. Okay, I've made it to my appointment and I'm actually here at the right time now, and Mike is just explaining to me what these 2-3 tendons...
Of many things.
Many things.
So we're going to do a little bit of a differential diagnosis, but based on what you described, we need to test out your medial collateral ligament. So that's the thing that stops your knee going that way.
Yeah.
And just based on when you're sat on Atlas for long periods, or when you're coming down the stairs, particularly if you're carrying something,
yeah,
that's in the right region for where your symptoms are. And when we talked about, what did we call it? The hot twinge.
Yeah, the hot twinge.
The hot twinge sounds like it came from somewhere just under your kneecap. So we've got your patella tendon here, and the dead giveaway if someone's got a patella tendon problem is they don't like sitting like this. It's called the moviegoer's sign. So
right.
The longer you sit like this, the more the urge to get your legs
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
10 minutes, I can handle it.
Yeah.
15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, you just like, please, I've got to do this. And then the leg gets out to the side.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that.
On a flight to Vegas, and the air hostesses hated me because I spent 10 hours with my leg in the arm like that. So that's something we can definitely test for.
And also your explanation might make people understand a little bit more if they are the air hostess in question on your next flight.
So I'm going to test this leg out first.
Okay.
It's nothing violent, not going to bend or snap.
So I get scared of
yeah.
these things.
Well, this is the thing. When you don't know what's about to happen,
yeah,
the initial thought is like, this is going to hurt.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
not. That's why I like to do an effective first. So just drop it into there, and it literally, that is your MCL doing its job.
Okay.
So a ligament, a good way to think about a ligament is it's a bit like a seat belt that connects a bone to a bone. So your ligament down this side stops your knee going in a direction it's not designed to go in.
Okay.
So you can kind of feel, when I get there, when I press there,
Mhm.
that doesn't want to go.
No.
Because that ligament's nice and strong, doing its job. Does that give you aggravation?
No.
Good. No is good. I just wiggle that through there. Any problems?
I think it might, yeah, it's like a little, but then I don't know what it feels like on the other side.
Do the other side in a second. So this is a little test for, it's called your meniscus, which is the cartilage disc that sits in there. It's like a shock absorber. And you can see on this side as well.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
Yeah, I mean it's not a very nice thing to do. I'm
No.
trying to turn your shin round
Yeah,
on
yeah.
your knee. So a lot of our tests are not far off jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
It's basically bend something the wrong way and see how it reacts.
I'd say that now that you've stopped, I feel a little bit of a tenderness.
Interesting.
Like a sort of, it's not even like an ache, it's just I can consciously.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. If I put your leg on my leg, push your foot up to the ceiling, so try and kick your knee straight. Really go for it, maximum power. Go on, push, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. More effort. Don't forget to breathe. Keep pushing. It's an endurance test, so you've got to keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Is this building any...
Burning?
Yes, burning in the thigh.
In the thigh?
Anything in the knee?
No, good.
And relax.
Oh.
Let's have a look at how kneecaps moving. So kneecaps are curious things. Some people get weird about their kneecaps.
Very strange.
Yeah, they're
like floating
Yeah.
jelly beans. Like,
yeah.
very odd.
I'll take floating jelly bean.
We are about to have an ultrasound of my knee, which is very exciting. Get to the bottom of things. Is this going to be cold?
Yes.
Oh, I made my knee want to kick.
Sound like the horse does.
Yeah.
That white on the left. Let's get the cursor on. This is your kneecap.
Yeah.
This is the tendon of your thigh muscles.
Okay.
The white line on the bottom, that's your femur. What we're looking at here is this is the tendon of your quadriceps muscle as it comes up and in there. That's the tendon of your quadriceps there. That's that little layer in between. And this is where it makes more sense, is as I come up, you'll see this turn into muscle, because muscle looks like steak. So if you now just straighten your knee for me, you watch the steak gets bigger.
Oh,
that's your muscle
wow.
contracting. So this is where two muscles meet. So this is rectus femoris, vastus intermedius, and VMO, because that's got an even bigger name. I won't bother giving you the full one. And as you straighten your leg again, what you'll see is those muscle bellies all expand, and you can see the conjoined tendon between them.
I reckon this is the kind of thing that would make my husband faint.
Yeah, and we're looking for, one, is it related to your symptoms, like does that hurt when I do it or anything like that? And then, like I say, we're looking for disturbances, we're looking for areas that don't look the same as other areas.
Would this show what's gone on with my shin from the horse kick?
Yeah, you've got some change going on just there.
Yeah.
A little bit there, a little bit there, which is right on the money as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if we spin on it this way...
Oh, that feels so horrible.
So as you come up, just... Ready? There.
Oh yeah!
You see that little bit of change there? So that's the kind of healing process going on. So the secret with tape is it's 50% science, 50% art, and when it works it's 100% magic.
Sorry, Mike is just about to tape my knee, and he gave me options of colours of my tape, and now he is creating a
it's like art attack.
Yeah. Still remember that theme too, that was so good.
Get off the end, and then this is where we're just going to gather up some slack on that kneecap. So it's going on with some tension, and then a tab at the end. We'll try not to stick you into your clothes. And already we can see the wrinkly is taking place.
Yeah.
So the rules with tape are really simple. It should stay on for about 48 hours.
Yeah.
If it's annoying your skin, just take it off. As you can see, from one knee compared to the other knee, we've just gathered some slack around that kneecap. So that patella tendon that was a little bit taut is now a little bit more slack.
Okay.
Which should mean you've just got a fraction more tolerance when you go into that bend there. Okay, I have every confidence in you.
Okay.
Right. To start with. So you kind of sat in a position where your feet dangle, right?
Okay.
And all you're going to do is put your leg you want to work behind your other leg.
Leg you want to work behind your other.
That's it, so I'll do it the same way as you.
Yeah.
Make sure this leg's at 90, and then from there, you're going to push against your other leg, but you're not going to let your other leg win. Yeah,
Gotcha.
literally that. Just somewhere where your feet don't quite touch,
just
so you've got that capacity to get to 90.
Yeah.
And just do it every day.
So I've just finished up at Back and Body. Now I was at the TOWCESTER clinic, which is their newest one, but I believe they have quite a few clinics in this sort of vicinity, and my knee is taped, which is such a bizarre feeling, but also it feels like really good. So I'm keeping this on for a while. Basically I've got a little bit of patella tendonitis, and I think there's like a little bit of fluid in my knee. It's nothing worrisome, and basically I'm going to book in with Mike once a month. I've got some stretches and some movements to do daily. And the worst thing is, it's because Mike is Claudia's partner. He'll be checking up on me. But anyway, I'm going to head home now because I have been far too long, and I'm going to head back to the house and just catch up with everything. Right, I am back from my first sort of like physio, but that was almost like very high-tech physio. My knee is strapped, feels like a bit of scaffolding on there, keeping the knee in place. And it actually does feel like a little bit of relief. I mean, it's not a big injury that I've got. It's basically just a small thing. And hopefully with my stretches, my movements and those kinds of things and this, it will all help, and I'll get back to normal in no time. Fingers crossed, but I'm gonna be having monthly appointments with Mike, which is good. I am back home and I'm about to start the first phase of something. The second phase will be tomorrow. And I want you to know that this has been something that has been niggling at me for a while, and I think what I need to preface this with saying is, if you don't like really materialistic discussions that maybe you don't understand or can relate to in any way, I think this won't be for you. I'm speaking very openly and sharing the thoughts in my brain around something that I have been mulling over for a very, very long time. And you'll know that that's the case. I'm talking to you about a topic that has been at the epicenter of my content for my entire career as a YouTuber. My channel took off from talking about luxury hauls, and most notably handbag unboxings. I think that there was one point in my career that I was doing multiple handbag unboxings a month. What I now know as a almost 37-year-old woman is that handbags were a way for me to take control of things in my life in a certain degree. What I realised that I did with them is I would buy myself a handbag to let me know that I'd done well. As like a well done me. If nobody else was going to tell me that I was doing well, I was going to do it for myself. And I felt very, very empowered by that. And it felt good, and it felt nice. And I wasn't waiting for anybody else to tell me these things. And I think that's quite a positive thing. And it feels good until it doesn't. And you'll remember a few years ago, I started editing my handbag collection. I think I'd reached at one point 75 designer handbags. And I started getting this like niggly feeling around them. I felt like I was chasing this like unattainable thing, whereby I constantly needed the newest, the best, the shiniest, the most beautiful bag on offer. And I remember I started feeling funny about it when I bought the Dior book bag. But it really, I always talk about the Bottega Veneta pouch bag. Because for me, that was a real moment where I bought it, and 3 months down the line, I talk about it in my book Evergreen. It just wasn't a thing anymore. And I was like, God, I'm annoyed. Okay, I'm annoyed because I'd literally fought tooth and nail to buy this bag. And my attitude started to change. And over the last few years, I've edited my handbags down from 75 to a strong, that will be the arrival of something to do with this video. So hold that thought whilst I let Porter calm down. It absolutely was the thing. So I started editing my handbag collection down from 75 designer handbags to around 15, which is still a huge amount. Ridiculous, really, absolutely ridiculous. And I started really championing not buying it handbags and focusing on loving and using and enjoying the bags that you have. As someone who was a luxury bag addict, I found the styles that I liked and I stuck to them. I bought pre-loved, I bought some new, I bought some vintage, and I've created these beautiful wardrobe accessories edits whereby I can wear an ivory dress and I've got this gorgeous selection of tan bags and accessories that all work together that complement the outfits. And then if I want to wear black, I've got a black accessories edit. And if I want to wear ivory, a little ivory accessories edit. And it was working really, really well for me. It made me really learn to love the things that I had. It felt very, very nice to use them and to get use out of things. Again, it felt good until it didn't. Until you realise that you're walking around London and you're scared. You're turning your bag the wrong way round so that people can't tell what bag you've got. Until people are saying horrible things on the internet about this particular bag that you choose to wear, until you're starting to see content around this particular bag that doesn't really sit well with you, and until you realise the entire process, which I think has its benefits, absolutely, and this is something that I've championed, and I don't want you to think that that's changing in such a drastic way. I think making people slow down in their purchasing is brilliant. However, my actual experience has actually been sometimes not very nice as well. And those might have been things that I've maybe swept under the rug and blah, 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 blah. But I think the main thing that I want to focus on with this is the fact that nowadays I wear this bag from Tusting. I'm a horse mum, I'm a gardener, I'm a dog mum, I live in the countryside. The only times I ever get to wear my bags is going into London or traveling. And so much so that it got to the point where it wasn't right to keep my bags at home. Probably wasn't safe. Lots of people were being robbed and those kinds of things. So I started keeping some of my bags in a vault, some of my bags at home too, at only one time, which became an absolute ball ache and is still a ball ache in itself. And I thought, I'm not wearing these bags at the moment. I'm not wearing these bags as much as I used to in my old life. I'm scared to wear them. I'm looking online and I'm seeing content that I don't love to feel like I'm a part of. And so I'm kind of going through a process of change at the moment. And honestly, I spoke to someone yesterday and I literally said, it feels like I'm breaking up with a boyfriend. And I hope you will allow me the space to talk openly with you about this. I know that this is not a big deal. And there are so much worse things going on in the world than this. But I am sharing this because I always share my thoughts with you around these things, because I think some of you might find my perspective interesting. And I realised that I didn't want to be putting myself, when I'm out and about, in danger. I've got a family. I've got sausage dogs that need their mum. I've got a horse that needs their mum. I've got a loomie that needs their mum. I've got chickens that need their mum. And I've got a husband that needs his wife. Why would I do that? Why would I put things in my home that could make my home unsafe? And then why would I do all of that for a brand that I think what they do is beautiful, but I just don't think I want to be a part of that anymore. And I'm sure there's going to be more thoughts that I have around this, and I'm sure you're going to have your own thoughts around this too. But for me at this moment in time, and I don't want you to think that this is like an overnight decision. This has been something that I've been thinking about for a while. Even at Christmas time, when I would usually do my what I got for Christmas video, this big discussion about what I got for Christmas, I just kind of dropped in that I'd got a bag for Christmas. And that's not what I used to be like, and it's because I'm concerned and I don't want to put these things in people's faces. But this has been my stuff that I've talked about on my channel. This is when my channel grows its most, when I talk about these things. But I've been actively trying to stop doing that, and so it's this balance between my business head and my moral head, and what I want to be doing and what I want to be creating and what I want to be contributing as a creator. And so I'm going through a transition of change, and I'm going to be getting rid of pretty much my entire handbag collection as it stands. I'm going to be doing so in 2 drops, potentially 1 drop, which would be me partnering with someone to hopefully raise a bit of money for charity and sell the bags. In that way, I'm purely sort of brainstorming at the moment, but I'm about to pack up the first load. So my Chanel bags, HERMES bags, Louis Vuitton, everything basically. And I wanted to let you know basically, because I think it's going to be quite strange when you see that I have stopped wearing certain types of bags, and certain types of bags that I think are beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that the design and the craftsmanship, and I still think that everything I think about these bags in the same way, but most importantly it's the safety element of things nowadays. I've learned a lot over the last few years, a lot about what we do for the validation and admiration from others. And I definitely think that handbags have been a bit of an Achilles heel for me over the years. And so I'm going to be doing things differently, and I'll keep you up to date with where I'm going to be selling them. If there's any that you want to get your hands on, you'll know about it. But for the most part, I just wanted to have this chat with you and talk you through it, because it's something I haven't touched on. And now I feel like I'm in the place where I've weighed up all of the odds, and it's not that I just all of a sudden hate this brand and I just hate the bags. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's when you look at the information that's in front of you, the statistics of thefts, the this, that, and the others, the this, whatever's going on. When you look at it, you're like, why would I do that? That's silly, Lydia. That's silly. because you don't need to put yourself in that ring. And I think a few times I've felt to myself, you know, I'm not going to let people dictate what I can and can't wear. But the truth is, that's not a battle that I want to get into, because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And so, whilst I thought I'd found a happy place with keeping some of my bags here and keeping some of them in a vault, I think that in itself presented so many issues. And getting people to pick those up, swap them over, make sure I have them for this time, then not having them when you need them, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, I would rather have a nice bag that I don't have to worry about so much every single day. That would be very nice, to just take that out of my brain. I don't want to have to walk down the street and turn my handbag round. I don't want to have to worry about walking from somewhere to somewhere in London. I don't want to have to worry about being alone on the streets of London, which is the only time that I get to wear my bags. I don't want to worry about it. I want it to be carefree. So that's kind of the update. So basically I have, long and short, this is the end for me. This is a conscious decision that I'm making, that I also think for my own self-worth I need to do this, not to do with the process of HERMES, but for the things that I attach meaning to. I've attached a lot of meaning to these things. And the long and short of it is that I think that the meanings surrounding these things are totally fluid. They mean different things to other people. Some people hate them, some people don't. And I have to like the things that I'm using and loving and collecting or whatever. And I don't want that to be because I think other people will be impressed. I also have this incredible thing that's happening whereby I am literally designing what I think is the most beautiful handbag with a brand that I love, a brand that I think treats their customers unbelievably well, in a way that, you know, their customers are everything to them. And I get to work with them on a handbag collection. And whilst I wait for those samples, and I wait for the fact that I'll actually get to wear a bag that I have worked with these incredible designers, and these designers have worked not just at Fairfax and Faber, but at so many other brands as well. So many other brands that I know that we as a community enjoy. And I'm getting to work directly with them to bring these bags to life. And that's really special. That's not something that everybody has. And it's not something that I have to be worried about. These bags are beautifully made, but they're not these things that people have attached these overinflated meanings to. So what I'm going to be doing is packaging up a portion of my bags today, a portion of my bags tomorrow. And what I've done is I've actually treated myself to a pre-loved bag that I think is going to be what I like to think is the British Birkin for now, until I get the samples of my bags. This is going to be my British Birkin, I hope, fingers crossed. I haven't seen this bag in person and I'm excited, but this felt really right for me. This felt like going back to old school Lydia when she was working 4 jobs to buy her first Mulberry bag. This feels very serendipitous. If you don't know, I worked 4 jobs whilst I was at university and I used to buy pre-loved Mulberry bags all the time. That was my thing. I was a Mulberry girl through and through. And this feels like I'm going back to that. So I thought that we could unbox this together because this feels very, very cathartic for me. And it does feel like the end of an era, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like I've held on to a part of who I was online for a very long time. And feeling like I needed to. I'm ready to just move forward now. I'm such a different person now. I garden now. I have a horse. I go on dog walks. I prefer not wearing any makeup. I bake sourdough. I am so different. Like, who remembers me in my white kitchen at my old house who couldn't even make a blooming pot noodle? I bake sourdough now, okay? I've earned this. But in all seriousness, I appreciate that not everyone is going to understand this. I think you might have to be someone that has gone through the transitions of loving and collecting and enjoying luxury fashion in the way that I have, and perhaps come out the other end and realised, what was that all about? Why did I care so much? I have literally been waiting for this bag to arrive because this feels like freedom. I'm not gonna, and people won't understand that because it's still a designer bag, but it all makes sense to me. And you can pick it apart in the comments, I don't mind. I'm happy for you to ask questions and question my thought processes, absolutely. This isn't just something that, you know, I'm going to tell you and you expect you to just go, okay. No, ask questions. If it doesn't make sense, ask questions. Now, they said it was pre-loved, but I can see that it's got seals on it still, so I'm intrigued by that. Now, I love a bag that will be like sucked in, so I'll definitely be trying to make sure that this is like sucked in. But this is the Mulberry Bayswater satchel. This felt right. Like the size of this, colour of this, the stitching of this, the hardware. It feels very in line with who I am as a person. This is a British brand. I feel like this brand is the epitome of British accessories. And most importantly, I feel like I don't have to be worried to have this in my house or walk through London, or I don't have to join a waiting list. I don't have to jump through hoops. I don't have to sometimes maybe even be spoken to quite rudely just because, you know, I want a bag. I think I like that side of luxury a bit more. But like I said, this is just a very, very personal journey. I can still pop all of my little, you know, bag charms on this, and I won't be wearing it as a satchel, that's for sure. I might actually even cut those loops off because that feels, again, I'm like, I don't think you need that, Mulberry, to be honest. I don't think you need that. But that is it. So that's basically what's going to be happening. So I'll keep you up to date with everything, and I will hopefully just be sharing the realities. Not that this is a big deal, but the realities of this as I like learn to navigate it differently. This has been such a huge part of my personality, and quite honestly, I'm done with it. So it's going to be a process of unlearning. I'm not going to get it right all the time. I'm not going to understand it all the time. Sometimes it's not going to make sense, but it feels very freeing. I have also just fed my sourdough starter, so I am going to make a sourdough tonight. But yeah, right now, as of when you're watching this, this will pretty much be my bag collection. Isn't that strange? Gosh. Feels like the end of an era. It's really not that much of a big deal. So, I guess it's time to pimp my British Birkin. I think a sausage dog is going to look gorgeous on here. My little Amazon sausage dog, that's for sure. I love how so many people have these as their bag charms now. Even people that don't have sausage dogs have a sausage dog bag charm. And I think it's just blooming gorgeous. Perfect little colour to complement the new bag. And I know what you're thinking. I know you're going to be thinking, Lydia, you shouldn't need to buy a new bag. You should just wear these ones. But if it wasn't this huge safety issue that just isn't worth it, I think that's exactly what I would do. I'd just continue wearing them regardless of all of the other sort of external things about how maybe I don't like certain elements of it anymore. I don't like the online culture surrounding them anymore. The most overarching thing is the fact that I don't want to risk my safety anymore. And it's almost like they've become too big for the people that have made them big. And it's almost like a cannibalization of the brand because they want to increase demand, but demand has got so big, and the people that are buying the bags, they're not able to protect themselves they're not able to protect themselves and have the bags too. And that for me is just, you know, me keeping them out of my house, some of them here, some of them there, some of them there. It's just not worth it. And so I've gone for the British Birkin instead. I'm going to try and find myself. Aha! You can pull the gusset in. Okay, there's a few things that I'm finding that I would change. I would love Mulberry to hand make this bag for me. In Britain, that would be lovely. Where is this one made? Where are you made? Because I've struggled to find anything about, oh, it's interesting. There's no
tab. I remember they used to have these little brown tabs that said where they were made. I'm guessing that's not a thing anymore. I would pay a premium for you to hand make my bag. I would pay a premium for it to be handmade in Britain using British leathers. I would pay a premium for gold-plated hardware. I would actually probably like, you know, smaller versions as well. But yes, hit me up if you want to chat, because I would pay a premium, and for it to not be a good business investment. I don't want another handbag that's a business investment, thanks very much. I'm okay with that. I like a bag that I can use and not be worried about things. So that is the bag. But yes, one of the things that I don't like about it is the gusset is quite large, but I've just seen, I was trying to figure out how you pull the gusset in, but I've just seen that they have a little tab on the inside, I don't know if you can see there, that you can pull the gusset in, and that is what I'm going to do, because I like a bit more slenderness to it. Let's see how it looks, and then I'm going to stock it up and start using it. I sent Ali a picture and he said, I love it, it looks older, like it's been loved, and obviously it has a little bit, but okay, gusset, aha! So that is the gusset pulled in, and I would want it to sit more like that. And that is the gusset out, so you can literally pull it in so it's a bit tighter and a little bit more, yeah, definitely gusset in for me. Gusset's such a terrible word, isn't it? Do you know what? I think this is going to look very lovely with my Holland Cooper, my new Holland Cooper blazer that has arrived. I can't show you it yet, but it's very nice. Oh yeah, now that it's pulled in, I love it even more. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. This is it. This is my entire personality now. Gorge. Oh, gorge. So I'm gonna see if I can fit any of my old organisers in there, and I will still 1,000,000% use all of my little bagged inserts, because these are honestly so good for like just keeping all of your makeup bits and pieces in an easy transferable pocket. Love that. Oh, she's so cute. I actually might get Ali to cut these tabs off as well, because I'm never going to wear it as a crossbody. It's just never going to be a satchel for me. Oh my gosh. Love. Love, love, love. Also, the other fantastic news, just whilst I swap things over, these match so beautifully. So it's just the things that like have this huge resale value that for me, I'm just not interested anymore. And so the shoes and things like that that still go with my little accessories edit are going to maintain. It's not that I don't, you know, it's not that I'm going to throw everything in the bin. It's just, like I said, I'm just not into the things that I have to constantly have my wits about me. I have to worry about things. My husband has to worry about me wearing these things. But yes, I'll still be able to use all my twillies and my things like that. I've actually got a picture on my phone that was sort of the inspiration behind this bag, where someone had almost Jane Birkinified their Mulberry bag. And it looks so good. Just a little bit more worn in, a bit more slouchy, that kind of thing. I'll pop the picture on screen. Little bag charms on there, love it. Well, I am on my third attempt at sourdough, and the last one went spectacularly. So I'm just now learning and perfecting. So my dough has been proving. I'm going to do the first stretch and fold with clean hands, but also slightly wet hands. You're going to be so sick of the sight of me doing stretch and folds, but this is how you learn. This is the reality of how you learn. And I'm going to become a regular sourdough maker, and it's going to be something that before long I'm just going to be doing in my sleep. So yes, but anyway, thank you for indulging me in my discussions earlier. I'm always going to continue evolving as a person, and I know that there will be a time when I look back on myself and I will be embarrassed by the big deal that I make out of this particular situation. But for now, I am transitioning into a new phase of my life, I think, and focusing on the things that actually matter in life. Right, one stretch and fold done. Little cover mate over the top.